What is one thing every person should experience in life? Experiencing a boudoir photo shoot. I'm a bigger girl, 190 pounds, and was convinced to do one for an upcoming photographer that offered to do it for cheap so she could practice. The experience was so amazing. The photographer was fun and uplifting. She kept me laughing and feeling beautiful in my outfits. I was timid and awkward at first. But she really got me out of my shell and the photos turned out amazing. I highly recommend it to any of my girlfriends at random times. It was such an uplifting experience and really gave me a confidence boost that I needed. While I've only tripped twice, I think it's worth doing. Maybe not for literally everyone, but most people in a safe setting with someone who's experienced. I could not imagine going through life without knowing what I know now, simply just because I would have never thought or been able to imagine what this type of experience would be like having never done it. Being wrong. Like, objectively, irrefutably wrong on something. We are raised fearing error more than anything, and the worst conflicts between people often arise when one or more parties refuse to admit they're wrong. But being wrong is no big deal at all. Just analyze it. Try to understand why you took the wrong path. Forgive yourself and learn from it. My life improved drastically once I learned to say, wow. Really? Oh. I was wrong then. Sorry about that, and quat. It's so much easier than you think. Poverty. So they understand others and will both empathize and also take action to do something about it. I always say that anyone who says they can survive without money or sleep has never had to. Empathy is a very powerful thing. I think if those who were in charge had ever experienced not really knowing if they could eat the following day, politics would be very different. My fellow men of Reddit. Truly. How is your relationship with your mother? Strained, but I continue to try to make it work for the sake of my son's relationship with his grandmother. She viewed kids as a way to validate her existence but showed little interest in us as people beyond our basic needs and charging us rent as soon as we were old enough to make money. She's trying to be a good grandmother and I respect the introspection and changes she's made in light of it, but if I didn't have a kid I likely wouldn't interact with her at all. My brothers and I came to the understanding our parents had kids because it's what you're supposed to do and not because they wanted them. She is constantly calling me complaining about men and I'm right there listening to her even though it gets annoying. She says she trusts my judgment about her latest dates. I much prefer to hang out with her in person and let her talk my ear off versus waste my battery. We get along pretty well. I get my adventurous side from her. She says she likes how I don't get upset when she starts talking about things I don't agree with, her conspiracy theories, and that's why she likes talking with me. I'm taking her on a trip to Europe this year because she's never traveled out of the country. Can't afford it. And she's getting old. My mom was a typical immigrant mom. Had no way of expressing love other than making sure your basic needs are met. Never really was one to praise or encourage or take an interest in me. So when I really just wanted some love, I didn't get it. This made me a bit avoidant as a person and struggle with being close to people. Nowadays she tries to be more loving and caring, but I just find it very fake. Like, where was all this when I actually needed it? So it's kinda awkward. I think I want to keep a certain distance cause that's what I'm used to. Plus I don't like the way she comments on my life choices or just loves being a dream killer. Why do black women usually have very short natural hair? It's much more curly than any other ethnicity. If you pulled it out you would see the length. In my non-professional opinion it's a combination of things. 1. Shrinkage. The hair looks shorter than it is due to the texture. The tighter the curl the shorter the hair appears. 2. Breakage. I haven't experienced this firsthand but people unanimously agree black hair is more fragile, thus more prone to breakage. 4. Hair growth. According to NBCI, black hair grows more slowly than white or Asian hair. 5. Anagen phase. This is what determines the max length an individual's hair can grow. I've read that black people on average have a shorter max length. I could be wrong though because I can't find the source at the moment. Black women do too many stuff on their hair. They don't lose their hair naturally. It is usually for many different reasons and habits. Some of the braiding styles are very aggressive and may cause traction alopecia. Some simply get burned over and over for the use of strong chemicals at wrong places. Some for the constant usage of extensions. A big group of black women tend to keep their natural hair short and wear wigs for practical reasons. Because growing their natural and keep it healthy and cute etc. would involve a lot of money and time. Their hair could be the same length or longer but you won't notice that unless they straighten it. Their hair tends to shrink a lot. For fun, find a video of a black woman with her natural hair going for a swim and see what happens. Or just type in natural hair before after shrinkage. Another thing is that there's black women who don't know how to take care of their hair and cause breakage. You can't treat it the same way as straight hair. For the ones who never learned how to take care of their hair this might happen a lot. There's also schools where having long hair is not allowed. You might have seen this in videos from African countries. What's a universal rule all men know? If you don't smack your sides with the power of 1,000 suns when leaving the house. Better make sure you have everything because gas is expensive. But being dumb is always free. You don't ask for names when meeting with a potential friend. First you befriend them. Then you somehow find it out by overhearing somebody else using their name in their sentence. I would say don't jackhammer a girl's ass because that shit could hurt, but I'd go with, always compliment the homie's cock. Piss in the water, establish presence. Piss on the side, stealth mode. Piss on the seat, assert dominance. Anywhere else, question authority. When picking up toys. You must activate each and every one before it goes in the box. Egg, I am physically unable to pick up a dog toy without squeaking it. When you make eye contact with a male stranger, you nod your head towards them. Also, when you're on a boat, you always wave at other people on other boats. Always pull the trigger on a power tool when picking it up. You can try to fight it, but you are powerless against that urge. Safety squints are perfectly acceptable when one cannot locate proper safety glasses within 23.6 seconds. Cut towards the chum, not your thumb. If a man is out somewhere with his kids and you have the opportunity to make the dad look like a goddamn hero in the eyes of his kids, you do it, no matter what. But it has to look like it was all about the dad. Dad doesn't have enough points at the arcade for their kid to get a toy? Give him yours. Then disappear into the crowd. Dad is short a bit of cash at the movie theater. Can't get popcorn, sir? Excuse me, I saw you drop this $10 bill over there. And quat. Kids can't see the event? Move over. Let the kids and dad in front of you